with Superman, Season 1, Episode 1, Adventures of a Normal Man. And it's your boy Icon with a DC TV animated series review for you. So this is interesting, and it's like Superman and Lois, but they're younger. And the diversity is all over this. Jimmy Black, Jimmy Black, I think Lois is Spanish. I haven't figured that out yet. Perry White is black. Superman, so Superman. But there was no mention of the Kent family. But the episode starts. It starts with a young Clark Kent where he's running around. He's running around in Kansas. He's at the Kent farm. He's like trying to get a kite out of a tree. He sees like a woman who's spinning out of control. She has a baby in the car, and she hits some potholes, and her car starts spinning out of control. And that jump starts young Clark's power to where he zooms in and stops the car from slamming into a tree. 2 seconds later, he flies up into the sky and he takes the kite out of the tree. And then once he gets the kite out of the tree, that's when he's just like, Jesus Christ, like, who am I? How can I do these things? Why do I have these powers? So his parents, the Kents, never told him about the whole landing in Kansas and he doesn't know he's an alien. And the entire episode was based on that. The entire episode was based on him not knowing anything about his powers and being legitimately surprised by everything that's happening. But then they fast forward, and this is the part that I didn't like. Like, the show is cool. Like, I actually like it. The show is cool. It's funny. You should check it out. It's definitely interesting. But the one aspect of it that I didn't like, they went from him being a boy to him being fresh out of college, about to take his first internship with the Daily Planet. And everything in between there regarding him and his power, there was no explanation, there was no conversation. It's like he just lived with these powers and has no idea what's going on. They never mentioned his parents. The Kents, never had a conversation. They never explained anything to him. So he's just like dangling off into the world with these damn superpowers. So it's the first day of the Daily Planet. He lives with Jimmy Olsen. Him and Jimmy are roommates. Lois already works there as an intern. He meets Lois like earlier in the day because he went to I don't know. And that's another thing. Like, he went to a donut shop that had these two black people in it, and I'm like, are those the Kents? I'm very confused. But he goes to the Daily Planet. Him and Jimmy go to the Daily Planet. Lois is at the Daily Planet. They find out they work together. It's love at first sight when the two of them see each other. And they're at the point where, because they're all interns, Lois is trying to become a reporter. She's trying to get that big story, get that big scoop, so she can, tell Perry White to put her on the payroll. And Perry White is just like, girl, sit your ass down. Take the new interns, Clark and Jimmy, and show them how to make copy papers and show them the copy room and take them do a tour around the building. Lois ended up getting a story or a tip about some robots or some secret weapons that I'm assuming this is Intergang. Like, it was basically like a gang that has like robots and secret weapons. She wanted to follow the lead up on that, and Perry White was like, no, you're an intern, take your ass in the kitchen and go make me some coffee. So then she convinces Clark and Jimmy to go with her and follow up on the lead. They follow up on the lead. They go down to where the Intergang, I'm just calling them Intergang because it's freaking Intergang. So they go down to where Intergang is, and they see Intergang. They have robots. They have weapons. They have all this cool, crazy stuff. Jimmy and them are taking pictures of it, and then when Intergang finds out that they're being spied on, they sick the robots after Lois, Jimmy, and Clark. During the fight, Clark actually tried to save them from getting killed because he's using his power like out in the open, like he's not even being shy about it. But then when he saved Jimmy and he saved Lois from one thing, he got knocked over into a corner and a bunch of crates fell on him, and obviously he didn't die because he's Superman. So then he ended up getting the idea. He took it was basically like a construction outfit that had like a hood on it. He took the construction outfit and he used that to conceal his identity. And I don't understand like why at that point he was worried about concealing his identity, but he decided to conceal his identity. And then he flew up into the air and he started fighting the robots. So he fights the robots. Lois helps him take the robots down. Meanwhile, while Lois and Superman are sitting there getting shot at by these robots, Jimmy taking pictures of the whole damn thing, Lois helps him stop the robots. And then he's Superman now. Like, he's not Clark Kent, he's Superman. He's just this strange hooded figure that just saved Lois, Clark, and Jimmy from destruction. And then Lois says to the flying man, she's just like, hey, thanks for saving our lives, but who are you? And then that's when Superman flies away. And then Lois actually named him Superman. So then Clark puts his glasses back on, he takes off the suit, he starts stumbling over like he just came out of the corner. And then she's like, oh my God, Clark, you missed it. There was this flying man that beat up the robots. It's like a Superman or whatever. And then she's like, Jimmy, did you get the footage? Did you get everything? Let's go tell Perry White what happened. They take all the footage and the story about a Superman and Intergang to Perry White, and Perry White's like, I can't publish none of this shit. So, because apparently like all the images that Jimmy took were blurry. so there are no clean shots of the robots or of the flying man. So then he cursed them out because he was just like, look, yeah, I disobeyed, but I told y'all to, get me coffee. I ain't get no coffee. And then that's when Clark was just like, well, Lois had a good lead. She followed up on her lead, and we're a team. So, we support Lois and the whole thing. And she ended up being right because we uncovered the Intergang situation, and we got the story for you. So he was just like, get your asses out my office, and I'll figure out what to do with y'all tomorrow. So he pissed. And then when they leave the office, they say, like Clark says to Lois and them, to Lois and Jimmy, he's like, okay, so what's our next step? Like, what are we going to do? And then Lois just like, we're going to find out who this Superman is. We're going to interview him, find out everything we can about him, and then expose his secrets to the public. And then Lois's whole thing is she's just trying to get a job at the Daily Planet. And if she has to throw Superman under the bus in order to get that story, so be it. Because Perry White even said, because when they were just like, oh, Perry, what do we got to do to stop being interns and to get out of the copy room, he said, get me a clean picture of this alleged flying man that you're talking about, and then we can discuss some business. So that was it. That's how the episode ended. So now the three of them are going to be on the hunt for Superman, who's standing right next to them, but they're basically like trying to get jobs from the Daily Planet. So the show is about a young Jimmy, a young Clark, and a young Lois as interns trying to become actual reporters. And that was pretty cool. It was dope. And thank you for tuning in. So again, the mystery about his power is still up in the air, because even there was a moment where he was fighting the robot. Like, I don't think he knows he has heat vision yet. He doesn't have freeze breath yet. He doesn't have X-ray vision. He doesn't know he has these things yet. And there was a moment where he kicked up like super speed, and even he was surprised. He was just like, oh my God, how come I can move so fast? So there's secrets about his powers that have yet to been discovered, and we haven't even met his parents yet, so we can get the answer to those questions. But as a first episode, and it said season 1, episode 1, so I guess I assume they're going to keep doing this, but as a first episode, I thought it was cool. I'm looking forward to episode 2, and share your questions, comments, and concerns down below about what you think of my adventures with Superman. So check out my other videos on my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, like and or subscribe if you haven't already, because I got Warrior, the first 4 episodes of Warrior reviews on my channel. I finally got that Batman Doom on the channel. I got Marvel's Secret Invasion, and we have a new show on the list, which is My Adventures of Superman. Hey Red Eyes fam, before we get out of here today, I want to turn it over real quick to my fellow podcast member, Gotham Geek Girl. Check her out as always on YouTube and all over social media at Gotham Geek Girl. She has a special announcement for you guys. Check it out. 3G, take it away.
Gotham Geek Girl here, and launching July 10th on Kickstarter comes the epic action-packed mystery comic Terminus Vale. Terminus Vale comes from writer-creator Jack Harris and Clash Publishing and follows Guardians International, a private security firm that are thrust into an epic conspiracy involving dangerous robberies, futuristic weaponry, and gut-wrenching betrayal. The series follows a highly trained security firm, Guardians International, as they fight to survive a violent robbery gone wrong, and they're tasked with discovering who is responsible, as theft of cutting-edge technology has skyrocketed. Terminus Vale is a high-octane, adrenaline-filled thrill ride filled with compelling characters and an intriguing story that keeps you wanting more. Issue 1 starts off right in the action, with the team caught in the crosshairs of a major robbery. Think Jason Statham in Wrath of Man, unleashing precision skills during a heist. We get loads of high-tech weaponry, ass-kicking, and explosive action. We get to know the characters a bit more during the 2nd and 3rd issues, and even see some training transpiring. I really enjoyed getting to know the individual personalities and the talents of the team members. The character design is very impressive, and they're very different and diverse characters, not just in terms of ethnicity, but different personalities and skill sets. By issue 3, I'm completely invested in the characters. We see varying skill sets, such as like skilled in hand-to-hand combat, master snipers, computer geniuses, even surveillance and intelligence specialists, even a martial artist and a swordsman. There's funny hookups, there's some conspiracies, there's a lot of backstabbing, and a look at really cool futuristic weaponry. Alongside the action-driven storyline, there's amazing high-quality sequential artwork containing intense action scenes and vivid, beautiful use of colors. Find out which of the Guardians will rise to become heroes and who will backstab their peers for material gains in the action mystery comic Terminus Vale. Make sure to check out the Kickstarter for the trade paperback, which will include issues 1 through 4 launching today.
So until next time, guys, although Superman and Lois is gone, it's still up and away for the Man of Steel, who doesn't know he's the Man of Steel yet. But until he finds out, we'll be back to report it. And we're out this.